Okay, let's dive right in. The global aviation industry right now is, well, it's a fascinating paradox. It feels like it's being pulled in two completely opposite directions at the exact same time. You've got this incredible success story on one side, and on the other, a system that's under so much pressure it's about to burst. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack what in the world is going on.
And you don't have to look far to see this split personality in action. I mean, just look at recent headlines. Over in the US, we just saw an absolutely historic Thanksgiving travel rush. Tens of millions of people in the sky. But at the very same moment, on the other side of the pond, major European hubs were a total mess. Hundreds of delays, tons of cancellations, leaving thousands of travelers stuck. It's literally the best of times and the worst of times all at once.
So let's start with the good side of this story, because the growth we're seeing right now is just massive. We're talking about an expansion so big, it's actually redrawing the global flight map right before our eyes.
And a huge piece of this puzzle is Latin America. Connectivity is just exploding there. You've got WestJet linking Toronto and Havana. Cubana de Aviación is flying to Germany again for the first time in 2 decades. There are brand new routes into Colombia from both Canada and Spain. And look at Aeromexico, planning this huge European expansion for 2026. What's really cool is that this isn't just about the mega hubs. It's connecting major cities to these really exciting secondary ones, opening up all sorts of new travel possibilities.
And this isn't just an America story either. The same thing is happening over in Asia. United Airlines, for instance, is making a huge comeback to Bangkok after being gone for a decade. And Cathay Pacific just fired up a brand new daily flight from Hong Kong into mainland China. The whole world is getting reconnected, one new route at a time.
But, and this is a big but, for every exciting new route that gets announced, there's another sign that the system is under incredible strain. All of this demand, all of this growth, is pushing the global aviation network to its absolute breaking point. And you can really start to see the cracks. I mean, just look at the numbers from a single random day. In Europe, we're talking dozens of flights just flat out canceled and hundreds more delayed. Over in Asia, major hubs saw more than 200 combined cancellations and delays. This isn't just a small hiccup. It's a daily, system-wide headache that creates chaos everywhere.
And here's where it gets really weird. You'd think with record demand, every airline would be rolling in cash, right? Well, not exactly. The recent bankruptcy filing from Spirit Airlines is a huge wake-up call. It shows that even with planes packed to the gills, the financial pressure, especially for those ultra-low-cost guys, is just brutal. A rising tide is definitely not lifting all boats here.
And if all that operational and financial stress wasn't enough, there's a massive technical problem brewing. It's this critical software bug that's affecting the flight control systems on one of the most popular planes in the world, the Airbus A320-family. Basically, this glitch could mess with the plane's automated systems, which means airlines are now in a mad dash to inspect their fleets and uninstall the bad update. And the scale of this thing is, well, it's global. This is not some little regional issue. This software glitch is hitting airlines on literally every continent. Just in Asia, Singapore's carrier Scoot said over 20 of its planes were affected. You know, when a problem hits a workhorse plane like the A320, the entire global system feels the pain.
So, you have to stop and ask the big question here. With demand through the roof, airports struggling to keep up, and a critical aircraft fleet facing technical problems, what on earth is the industry's plan to get out of this mess?
Well, the plan is pretty simple. Go big. The industry isn't shrinking from the pressure. They're responding by making absolutely massive, multi-billion-dollar bets on the future. They're trying to solve their problems by buying a whole lot of brand new airplanes.
The numbers are just staggering, but it's the strategy behind them that's so interesting. So you've got Fly Dubai ordering 150 new Airbus A320neos. Now get this, Fly Dubai has always been an all-Boeing airline. This is their first ever major Airbus order. That's a huge strategic move to diversify and give them more leverage.
And this spending spree isn't just in the Middle East. Over in Africa, Ethiopian Airlines just ordered 6 more A350s. This isn't just about adding a few more seats. This is a straight-up power move to solidify their spot as a global superconnector, using their hub in Addis Ababa to compete head-to-head with the giants.
And of course, that competition is being met. Etihad Airways is leasing 13 new Airbus jets. The key word there is leasing. That's all about speed. It tells you they need more planes right now to keep up with their own aggressive expansion plans. When you put all these deals together, you can see it's basically a global arms race for the newest, most efficient planes.
So let's just break down the logic here, because it's actually pretty simple.
Step 1, you have record demand, which means planes are flying completely full, what the industry calls high load factors. Step 2, when every plane is full, there's zero extra room or spare capacity in the system. One tiny problem can cause a meltdown. So step 3, the only way out is to bet big on new planes to add that desperately needed capacity.
Okay, so that's the big picture. The boom, the strain, the big bets. But what does any of this actually mean for you the next time you're booking a flight or heading to the airport?
This quote from industry analysts really just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly sums up what it feels like to fly right now. That feeling that every single plane is totally packed, that's your high load factors. That feeling that one little weather delay is going to cause your flight and your connection to get canceled, that's your limited spare capacity. This collision is what you're experiencing every time you travel. So what's the path forward to 2026 look like? Well, right now it means crowded planes, a strained system, and a high risk of your plans getting messed up. The future? It does look a little brighter. We're going to see more routes and more modern planes thanks to all those huge orders. But, and this is so important, that incredible pressure from record demand, it's not going anywhere. So even if your ride gets newer, the system it's flying in is still going to be stretched to the absolute limit.
And all of this leaves us with one final huge question. When we look at the future of flying, which of these two powerful forces is ultimately going to win out? Is it going to be the seemingly endless demand from people who want to see the world, or will it be the cold, hard operational reality of a system that's struggling to keep pace? That's the tightrope the entire industry is walking right now.